I realized that I've been burnt out for maybe like the past 2 years.
But I was actually extremely burnt out at the beginning of this year.
I think it was more the overload than anything. And I think it was a combination of me not having a schedule that was realistic for me to maintain for long enough.
I didn't notice it was happening until it was too late. Probably until stage 4, it was like, okay, I might be burnt out, let me take a break, but I could keep going.
If it's on the things that I enjoy doing, and the only reason I say this is because when I was doing some studying, right, I was okay with doing it for a certain amount of time, and I was like, all right, I'm good. And I switched to something that I cared about more, and I was locked in for a good 2 hours.
I am also a self-love guide. I'll say guide.
I thought you were about to say self-love God.
Get on my motherfucking face.
Please.
Push the goddamn button.
Action.
I think I realized today, it was either today or yesterday, that I've been burnt out for maybe like the past 2 years. And I'm just now getting to the point where I'm able to, actually not even able to, I want to do the things that I wanted to do when I was too burnt out to do the stuff. So today we're going to talk about burnout.
Okay. That's where I come in, guys. Alright, so burnout is something that
It was so quiet before we started this pod, like all day. It been quiet all day. It's been quiet all day. We were the loudest people on this street.
Oh man. Okay, so burnout is something that I've done some research on because when I was looking into Black Superwoman syndrome and people pleasing and all those things, that is one of the symptoms for it. So just to give a little bit of context, there are 3 different types of burnout, just so everyone is aware. So according to the 2023 Essence article by Dominique Fluker, entitled "Burnout is Multifaceted, but Here's How It Can Be Intersectional." The 3 different types of burnout are overload. So that's when you find yourself working harder and harder with hopes of reaching a goal or the next level of achievement, which can risk your health and personal life to be successful in your workplace simply. Okay. The second one is that you're under challenged. So you may feel resentment, disappointment, and boredom when you're under challenged in the workplace or in your personal life. And then the third type of burnout is from neglect. This makes us feel helpless at work or home. Maybe you've encountered too many trials and tribulations all at once. It may cause overwhelm and cause you to doubt your abilities and adopt beliefs that increase imposter syndrome. So, those are the 3 types of burnout that I know of.
I was gonna say before you continue,
Mm-hmm.
were y'all burnt out, and if so, have y'all experienced any of those? Which one of those 3 do you feel like you experienced?
Have we ever been burnt out?
Mm-hmm.
I have been burnt out quite often. I realized that mine, I had like a burnout cycle. So, this is actually around the time of year where I start to like usually feel the effects of burnout. That's something that I realized when I was doing the research into all of this stuff. But I was actually extremely burnt out at the beginning of this year. And I just am still feeling all of the effects. I don't think it completely went away. So yeah. And mine, I think I have actually felt, now that I'm revisiting this information, I think my burnout is like a combination of these 3 types. And that's probably why I have been feeling burnt out throughout this year in different ways. So overload was at the beginning of the year. Under challenged is every day when I go to work. And neglect, I think, is something that it comes and goes. What about you?
I have definitely felt it before. I know when it came to posting content, I was definitely feeling it. I think it was more the overload than anything. And I think it was a combination of me not having a schedule that was realistic for me to maintain for long enough. Like long term, it wasn't realistic for me to be able to do the video every day and like make the video, edit the video, do it, and like doing that consistently every single day. I feel like that's probably where it started. Because I don't typically, at least when it comes to music, I don't feel like I've really encountered burnout from it. Because typically when I do it, I get more energy. So for me, I'm never usually burnt out with music. But the other stuff that surrounds music, definitely. Like just
it's caused overload for you.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm so excited that we're talking about this because this is I like this stuff. Sorry.
We love our creative black people at the Grae Area Podcast.
Who are doing all of the healing.
And if you want to watch the episode that I did about burnout, you know, you could just
link it up here.
It's gonna be linked up here. But what about you?
Yes, I have. I would say overload, probably the most that I experienced, but it'd be symptoms of, it'd be symptoms of the last one. Is it neglect?
Neglect, yeah.
Yeah, so like with the imposter syndrome, not being confident in your abilities and stuff, I'll be feeling those symptoms, but it'd be mostly overload. With work and stuff, after the first 3 months, typically, I'll be under challenged and understimulated because after 3 months, typically, I know pretty much what I'm doing. But it was mostly overload just because I be trying to do everything. I felt like I had to do everything. And I didn't feel like, it was a lot, but it was overload. It was overload.
Yeah, I definitely know that with work, I don't really classify it as burnout. It's just I don't want to do it anymore. I think it's not that like I'm burnt out per se. It's just like this isn't something that I want to give my time, energy, and attention to. So it more is annoying for me to do. I don't really look at it as burnt out. To me personally, I don't know if that's.
So you don't feel like it's contributing to your overall like feeling of being burnt out?
I think it is contributing to it, but I wouldn't say that I'm burnt. I think the energy that I'm putting towards that could be used to do something else. And because I'm putting a certain kind of energy towards this thing, when it comes time for me to do the thing that I would want to do, it makes it a little bit more challenging for me to do it.
So I would say it's contributing to your overload.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
I mean, because even at work, you be overloaded with stuff to do.
Yeah. I mean, I am, but in my head, generally speaking, when I think of burnout, or let me put it like this, I don't typically get burnt out from the work that I do that's fulfilling for me.
Right.
I get burnt out doing other people's work.
Okay, that makes sense. Alrighty then. All right, so we went over the types of burnout. Now, there are also, so here are like, I guess the effects of burnout. Some of the effects. So I guess while I'm reading these, it's 7 of them that I have here. Just let me know how many of the 7 you feel like you have experienced recently in your life. So according to WebMD, burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by chronic stress and anxiety. So some of the effects of being burnt out is cynicism or negative perspectives. Another one is chronic fatigue and exhaustion, procrastination, lowered immunity, difficulty concentrating, recurring headaches, body aches, or stomach aches, and increased irritability and taking out frustrations on others. How many of those 7 do you guys feel like you've been feeling, let's say within the past month?
Can I see the 7?
He's a visual learner.
I was gonna ask if you could read it again though, because I had lost count of how many I had, so that's what I was gonna ask.
I could go through them one by one, and y'all could just let me know yes or no.
All right,
That works.
Okay, let me make sure this is still recording. All right, cool. So cynicism or negative perspectives. Do y'all feel like y'all have experienced that?
A teens. I'll be having moments.
I have.
I definitely have.
Yeah, I have.
Chronic fatigue or exhaustion.
Yeah. I don't know if it's from just lack of sleep or burnout. Could be both, so I'll say yeah.
I'll say yeah. I feel like I'm not. Chronic fatigue sounds serious.
I mean, it's like just like you for longer periods of time. You're being fatigued for like stretches of time.
Yeah, I'm only fatigued Monday through Friday. I'm playing.
That's most of the week.
I'm playing. I was gonna say between the hours of 3 and 11, but
that's most of the week.
But no. I'll say yes.
Okay.
I'll just say yes for this.
Procrastination.
Yeah, for sure.
On the things that I enjoy, this is why I had to preface it. If it's on the things that I enjoy, then I don't feel as much procrastination. It's on the things that I don't feel like doing that I feel.
It's just general
Cool.
procrastination.
Yeah, you can put it on there.
It sounds like you trying to be like, nah, I ain't burnt out. Okay.
Nah, it's just
I ain't never been burnt out.
Nah.
Being burnt out is for suckers.
That is not the case.
Okay, lowered immunity. Has your immune system been feeling lower? Do you feel like you have been more susceptible to becoming sick?
Nah, it happened to me when the COVID times.
Mm-hmm. Oh
back
yeah,
then. Yeah, but
that got all of us. I would say yes for me. Just because I noticed my allergies acting up a lot more than before, and also that thing that happened with my stomach last week. Had a little issue, but okay, let's move on. Okay, difficulty concentrating.
I don't have difficulty concentrating, but I had difficulty figuring out what to concentrate on.
Okay, so it's not like a he got to pick the thing to concentrate on.
Okay, my mind had to just make sure I heard the words correctly.
Yeah, because
made sense of it.
It'd be a thing of in this moment, I'm not in a space where I can do that. But now I'm in a space where I can do it. But it's other things that I want to do.
So you just need to pick something.
Yeah.
Okay, that might.
So that may lead to procrastination.
I was gonna say that might be contributing to the procrastination. Mm-hmm. What about you?
I don't think I have.
I don't got no problem focusing. No. Alpha male. Got an alpha mind.
I was gonna say, if it's on things that I enjoy doing, and the only reason I say this is because when I was doing some studying, right, I was okay with doing it for a certain amount of time, and I was like, all right, I'm good, and I switched to something that I cared about more, and I was locked in for a good 2 hours, and so that's why I was like, I don't think I have an issue concentrating with concentration. I just think if I don't want to do it, it makes me not want to do it anymore. Like it just makes me not want to continue to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
So I would say, in general, I would say no.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to have all of these things.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to not have all.
As far as difficulty concentrating, I think yes, but I think I don't know. It's been more so because I've just been having a lot of things in my brain. But on the days when I organize them and I actually make a plan, I'm fine. So I'll say no for difficulty concentrating as well. Recurring headaches, body aches, or stomach aches. I'm gonna say yes to this.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I'll say no.
I'm gonna say yes, but I think it's not because of burnout. It's because I ain't been stretching. I have not been stretching. I ain't been doing my yoga. I need to get back into it. So my body been aching, but I did notice though lately, the past week or so, like a couple of times at work, like when I go into work, I get a headache, like just from being in there. All right, and then increased irritability and taking out frustrations on others. How y'all feel?
I'd say no for me.
Yeah, I think I'll say no. You said the past month.
Yeah.
I have done that before, but I don't think in the past month from like being burned out.
From other things? It's like, no, I'm playing. I'll say no as well. Yeah, I think I've been just focused on trying to stay peaceful and calm, to be honest. So yeah, I'll say no. That's great. So it's about
2 or 3 out of 7.
No.
It wasn't?
It was more than that.
I thought it was 3.
Y'all had 3? What? Fatigue,
procrastination, bubble guts. Sorry, no, not that one.
cynicism, negative.
Cynicism.
Y'all didn't do lowered immunity. No. Difficulty concentrating. No. Recurrent headaches. Oh, so y'all only had like 4. No, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all had 3. I had about 5. Yeah.
We gotta get you out that job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, yes. Okay. I'm just going through the information that I have first, and then we can like just really talk about it. So there are also 5 stages of burnout. So
Good Lord.
it's not just like, okay, I'm burnt out. It's like you might have been burnt out for a very long time and just didn't know.
2 years for me.
I mean, you maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, they typically say it takes years for you to recover from burnout.
Yeah, it takes years to recover, and it's also like a lot of times burnout is cyclical. So 5 stages, what I did is I equated these to songs so you can have like an idea of where you at. So phase 1 is the honeymoon phase is what they call it. So it's when you see the initial signs and experience small triggers of stressors. Most times you ignore these signs and keep going. The common feelings are eagerness, ready to take on the world, and the common thought is a little tired, but I'm good. And then the song that I associated with this was One Thing by A. Marie. It's just one thing that's got me tripping. It's just one thing. Yeah.
That's one.
And this is from my 30 days of self-care virtual conference, basically.
Are you getting that back?
I think it'll come back at some point, but not in the same way.
Okay. Upgrades.
It gotta be bigger and better. But I did have fun doing this. This makes me want to go back into studying burnout and all that stuff. Maybe I might get a degree. Anyways, all right, phase 2. Onset stress, okay? So you start to notice the signs of stress and take note that they are starting to affect your enthusiasm for the task, project, event, or life as a whole. So the common feeling when you're in this stage is frequent headaches, anxiety, fatigue, avoidance of decision making. Those are just some
Why
of the
you look at me?
I just look at that wasn't because I said that. I was just saying. Dang.
She said I gotta take responsibility.
Oh Lord. Common thoughts.
So like subconscious said something to him.
Right, I was just looking around. Like, dang, I'm trying to look
Don't look at me when you say that word.
Oh.
Don't look at me when you say indecisive. I'll make my decisions. I'll make them.
Okay, so the common thought when you're in phase 2, onset stress, is I don't know why, but I've just been so tired lately. Wow. I've been saying these phrases. Okay. The song that I associated with this one was Bag Lady by Erykah Badu. Bag Lady, you gon' hurt your back. Carrying all them bags like that. So yeah. All right. Then you got phase 3. That's chronic stress. Okay? That word chronic is back.
Yeah, that's serious.
Your stress symptoms start to become more intense and more frequent. At this stage, they are hard to ignore, and it is affecting your productivity and ability to show up as your best self. Okay? Make sure when I look up, I look everywhere before I move on. Woo! Common feelings: anger, decreased sexual desire, denial of problems at work or at home, physical illness, lack of hobbies, feeling pressured, persistent tiredness in the mornings, missing deadlines. Common thoughts: I just don't feel like doing anything anymore. And the song is...
Today is that the song?
that would have actually
That
been
would
good.
have been good. Come
That
on
would've
now.
been good.
That's for the fellas.
That's for the
The
fellas.
alpha male.
Yeah. Oh, not the alpha male. Y'all are funny. So yeah, this I just kept it to the ladies, okay? Because this was for the black women. But the song is "So Gone" by Monica. So gone over you.
No, Monica.
Cause then that involves anger and all that stuff. So that's phase 3. We almost done with the phases, y'all. Don't worry. Phase 4 is burnout. Now you here.
So maybe I was in phase 4, 2023.
I didn't even read what phase 4 was.
You said burnout.
You don't even. I didn't give you the description.
WebMD.
Okay, so and I actually got this information from thisiscalmer.com. Okay, so at this point, you can't ignore the signs. I believe these are my words, though. You are feeling every bit of burnt out and may not see a way out. It's getting a lot harder to hide how you are feeling in just about every area of your life. Common feelings, behavioral changes, chronic stomach or bowel problems. I might be here. Complete neglect of personal needs, feeling empty inside, physical symptoms intensify, self-doubt, social isolation, desire to drop out of society. The common thought is, I wonder what would happen if I just left this place and stayed at a resort for a year. No one has to know. Yeah, then I could finally take a nap. Did I write that?
Yeah, those your words.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
That's not like me.
Those are your words.
I ain't never said that to myself.
I seen your handwriting and everything.
I'm like, yep,
Take a nap. That was personal.
So the song that I wrote for this was Love by Keisha Cole, because now your body's screaming at you. Love. That was terrible. But yeah. The emotion, the intensity of the song is what you're feeling.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. You made it sound all happy. You made it sound like the WB Frog.
I was thinking more Santa.
Okay.
That's what I was
I
thinking.
hear Santa. But also, she because they talked about self-doubt. So I used to think that I wasn't smart enough.
Okay.
And I used to think that you got to know the words.
Mm-hmm.
You know the words?
I do when it's on.
That's
But
good.
I won't take my time trying to figure out why you're playing games. What's this all about? And I can't believe you hurting me. I met your girl, what a difference. What you seen in her, you ain't seen in me. And I guess this was all just make believe. Oh, love. Never knew what I was missing, but I knew once. All right, let's cut it off here.
I was going through the whole hook. I said, oh, all right.
All right, now we have phase 5. Okay, wait, but after I read that, do you still feel like you've been at phase 4 for the past 2 years?
Yeah, burnout. Now I'm past it. All right, what's
Are
the
you
phase
sure?
5? I don't even remember what the definition was. All I remember is love, self-doubt.
I mean, so your symptoms can't be ignored. The signs are there. You're feeling every bit of burnt out and may not see a way out.
Oh, word, yeah, I was there.
Okay.
Lack of something. Phase 5.
Okay. All right. Habitual burnout. That's where I be at. Burnout has become your best friend, and you didn't even know it. You are in a constant cycle of ignoring the symptoms of stress until you are in dire need of attention, which sometimes may be medical attention. Burnout has become a part of your regular routine. Yes, I said regular routine on purpose. Okay, it had to do with the conference. Anyways, everything is chronic at this stage. So common feelings, chronic mental fatigue, chronic physical fatigue, depression, anxiety. Common thoughts, I just feel like crying. I always feel this way around this time of year, month, week, day. Honestly, if I could just have like a week to nap, I would be okay. This is just how life is, I guess. Is there even a point in trying? Yeah, these are all my words. That's great. Okay.
I would say I experienced phase 5. I might have been in phase 5 since Auntie Bev. That might have been the medical stuff
Attention that you
I
needed. That makes sense.
And then the 10 days of gratitude.
Reset, 10-day reset.
10-day reset. I was backsliding and spiraling back through
Well, it wouldn't be backsliding because it's habitual.
Oh, word.
So your cycle started. Like it just started back over. Like you were in whatever phase where you started feeling it again.
Oh,
and it was like, all right, I need to do some type of reset. And it's just like burnout is habitual. Like it's a habit. So until you actually break the habit, like the 10-day reset
Break the chain.
the 10-day reset was to help to break the habit that is being burnt out. And for those who don't know, I am also a self-love guide. I'll say guide.
I thought she was about to say a self-love God.
The goal.
So, I'm I'm a certified self-care coach and people-pleasing coach. So I created this 10-day reset specifically for Breeze to do, and I also made one for Damani as well.
He don't get burnt out, so he ain't really use it like that. Alpha
I
man.
never said that.
He used it. He did use it.
I never said that.
It was slightly different from yours, but pretty much it was to reset because you were clearly very, very burnt out, and you were at the point where you like, I don't feel like doing anything anymore. So to kind of combat that, to have a system in place so that, all right, when I start feeling these symptoms, I start seeing these signs, you have something that you can fill the gap with. Like replace the other habits that's going to continue the burnout with some sort of like reset and stuff like that. So it wasn't no phone.
It was no painting, no music. No art, no music, no social media.
Mm-hmm.
No TV, like no watching movies and stuff.
Yeah, you were limited to like an hour a day, and then you had to go outside for at least 20 to 30 minutes a day.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, but since it's a habit, if you feel like you have been in habitual burnout for however many years, it's like, okay, this is a habit. So once you become aware of it, you can start noticing what signs are showing that, okay, I'm starting to feel a little burnt out. And you can either equate it to the song or, get your own song. For this one, I did Falling by Alicia Keys. I keep on falling in and out.
That song did not come to my head. I was thinking.
Yeah,
So
I did.
you're falling in and out of burnout.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's, in the presentation I can explain and like really go into, but yeah. So pretty much, where do you feel like you fall in the stage? You said you feel like it's stage 5.
Well, I left stage 5. I departed. I'm departing from stage 5. I'm breaking the chain.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in stage 5 before. I don't think I'm there. Currently. I've definitely flirted with 4 a bunch, but I think the chronic pain portion I haven't really experienced, but the rest of it I definitely have experienced, like the not wanting to do certain things and stuff seeming like work. I just didn't want to do a lot of it.
And those are common feelings, but that's not always what burnout looks like for everybody. It's going to look different. So, like, your burnout might be, I need to eat a bunch of plantain chips.
Well, we're getting oddly specific here. Wow.
Sounds like unresolved trauma. You ate all my plantain chips.
I was like, woo, okay.
Oh, no, I'm not eating those no more. I need a break. But even for me, like, I used to be an emotional eater, so I think that was also part of my burnout cycle. So, like, my part of my burnout used to be, I need some ice cream. Like, I need to get some chocolate.
You know what I realized? Last week was the first time I ate 3 times a day in a long time. I feel like I was snacking so much because I was under eating.
Okay.
And it's like wild to me, like, eat actual meals. I ain't crave no sugar or nothing sweet. I was fine. Like, the only thing sweet that I wanted was fruit. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm excited to eat fruit today. Like, I ain't want no chip, no nothing. It's crazy.
Listen, for a good while, I used to be like, all I need is 1 meal a day. And I was like, I never subscribed to that one. I just don't know how you could. Kudos to you. But
You're getting my sweet potato.
Yeah.
You did used to say that.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's the importance of, like, even just making sure you're eating a balanced meal. Like, a lot of the symptoms and effects that we even went over, it's like some of it is, okay, making sure you're eating balanced meals that are filling you up, and making sure that if a signal for you is I'm snacking a lot, then don't ignore it. Like, that's something for me that I have to pay attention to, because I know that I used to be an emotional eater, and sometimes I still be like, let me go ahead and get a snack, okay? And it don't really be calming me down, but
That's hilarious.
but like when I eat a full balanced meal, like, I be fine as well. Or I might just get some fruit. I noticed for me, I started bringing fruit with my lunch to work. And I've been fine. That's been making me, like, feel better and snack less, and I just feel better.
Yeah, I was never really a snacker.
Mm-hmm.
I just especially not an emotional snacker. I would eat snacks, but I wasn't like an emotional snacker. So for me, I just had to eat bigger breakfasts and like actually having more for the meals. Then I would be fine, and then the time period would be different. But I wasn't really an emotional eater. I would, if I eat a snack, if I start eating a snack, I'll just continue eating it. But it's not an emotional thing. It's like, oh snap, okay, I'll eat. I kind of want this, and then I'll just go. But it's not usually an emotional thing. For
It's
me.
like, I'm gonna just eat this till it's done.
Yeah, that's how I used to be. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand. So, knowing everything that went over, how do y'all feel about burnout, or how has it played a role in your life?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Knowing everything that we just went over, the 3 different types, the 5 stages, the common feelings and effects and things like that. I guess, what role has burnout played in your life? Has it been something that has typically held you back? Has it been something that you didn't even notice was happening?
I feel like I didn't notice it was happening until it was too late.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, probably until stage 4, it was like, okay, I might be burned out. Let me take a break. But I could keep going. Not knowing I'm not. It's like putting a Band-Aid on the wound rather than
Actually doing what needs to be done for it.
So I kept putting a Band-Aid on the wound, and then I entered stage 5. And that's when I started spiraling, breaking out in the hives and all that.
That's lower immunity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That has to do with your immune system.
Crazy.
So what about you?
What was the question one more time? I'm sorry. I was listening, so I was...
Knowing everything that we've gone over, the stages, the different types, how has burnout played a role in your life? Is it something that has, like, really affected you? Is it something that you didn't even notice was happening?
I think most times I wouldn't know it was happening until... I'm trying to think. No, I don't notice it's happening until I get angry. It'll be like stuff will just start making me more angry, and I'll be like, why is this bothering me more than it normally does? And that's usually a sign for me, because it's like when it feels like I can't do the thing that I want to do, that's when it usually pops up for me.
So you be noticing around, like, stage 2.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's like it's an extra level of anger and frustration, where it's like it feels like I'm losing the grip on things, and I'm like, that's what usually triggers it for me. If I ignore it, then it'll go wherever. Yeah, but if I just, like, acknowledge the fact that, like, nah, this is pissing me off, and then I can kind of readjust. But usually around there is when I would notice it.
Okay. For me, I feel like I notice it. I think I noticed it earlier than I used to. So let's say before, I didn't even know what burnout was. I feel like I had heard of it, but I didn't really know what burnout was until, I would say, maybe I started therapy. But then last year, when I actually started doing more research into it, and, like, I found this information about the stages and all of that stuff, that's when I figured out how it played a role into my life, and I had realized, oh, I'd be at stage 5. Like, and I had realized that toward the end of the year, I would say in the fall, I typically get super overloaded, whether it be with stuff that I'm doing, organizations that I'm a part of, weddings, birthdays, baby showers, all of the things. Like, and I start to feel a lot more overloaded, which also leads to neglect because I feel like I don't have the time. And then now the space that I'm in at my job, I'm under challenge. So it's like a combination of things. But I realized toward the end of the year, oh, this is when I actually be in like stage 4, stage 5. I just didn't know. I didn't realize it until we got here. Now I think, at the beginning of the year, this year, I didn't notice it until I was in it. I couldn't move off the couch for 3 months. Like, that was the worst burnout that I ever felt in my life. And I was really surprised that I could even get up to go to work because I could not move. Whenever I got home, like, I couldn't move. It was bad. So I think that now, since that, I started noticing it a lot sooner. So, but I think I still am in the habit of not equating it to burnout, or just like, I don't know, cause like you be like, oh, I'm a little bit tired. We be like, cause some of it is, oh well, you ain't take your vitamin D3. You need to get some more vitamin D, which I do need to order. So that's probably part of it. Or like, you ain't have your vitamins, and some of that contributes to it. So it's like even just making sure that I have the things that I need so that I don't get as burnt out. Or like with the effect of lower immunity, I can make sure my immune system is higher. So at least that's not something that I gotta experience. But yeah, so I think I be in stage 5. I be on the cycle. But I'm getting off of it though. I'm learning to reset, to pause, to make sure I'm doing meditations and stuff like that. But the past few years have been kind of rough. So it's been a lot happening. It's been a lot of great things, but then also a lot of like, I was getting knocked down a couple times, and I'm acknowledging that now.
Mm-hmm.
So, so it's just like, yeah, burnout has been my best friend that I didn't even know was my best friend.
That's crazy.
It is.
It's funny because I had two thoughts. One, I remember I was watching a video and he was just talking about like pretty much closing the tabs that are in your mind so that you can get more energy. Because a lot of things that happen, it's like an open loop, right? So if you don't close the loop, it just lingers in the back of your mind, and now you feel like I have a task that I have to complete and I didn't complete it, so let me just leave it here. And then you have another one, and it's like the more you go towards closing certain tabs in your mind, the more energy you end up getting back.
I finish what you start.
Yeah, right. And I've noticed that for me, the more I finish it, the more I'm energized to want to do something else. So I'm learning that that's helped with some of the burnout as well. And I also heard from, I can't remember what the clip is. I'm gonna find it so you can do your.
It's gonna be in the description.
Oh, in the description. My bad. It's gonna be down there. But Dr. K, he was talking about. I'm curious what you guys think. He was pretty much saying, there's a guy named Dr. K on YouTube. He was pretty much saying that burnout usually comes from you putting a certain amount of effort towards something and the result not being what you thought it was going to be. And I don't know if that's been the case for you guys, but when he was saying it, I was like, I guess that might be true, because it's like if you're doing something where you're getting a result that you would like, the end result doesn't usually end up being burnout, ends up being something fulfilling. That's why it's like you can do something that you love for 3 hours, and by the end of it, like, yo, I feel great.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but if you spend 20 minutes doing something that you don't want to do, it feels like you just wasted your entire life, because the end result of what you're trying to do, like, you're not getting anywhere. It feels like. So I don't know if has that been the case for you guys, or is it just more so the overall work? Like, is it about the result that ends up making you feel burnt out, or is it more just the actual work that's making you feel burnt out?
I would say to the point that you was making, it's so much of life, or so much of my life has been made up of doing things that I don't want to do, doing things that society say I should do rather than what I want to do, and I'm still not, and then I'm still not getting the result that y'all said I'm supposed, that I feel like I'm supposed to get, because I did what society said that I was supposed to do. So it's like y'all say do this, this, and this to get this, and I go ahead and do this, this, and this. Meanwhile, I know I'm supposed to be doing that, but I do this consistently and I dabble in that. But then the result, it's not what y'all told me that this was going to bring me. And now I'm like, I should have just been doing that the whole time.
I will say, wait, you done?
I'm done.
I will say that what you were describing, essentially, it sounds like the overload. Because even in that description, it was talking about you're working, you're trying to achieve. And a lot of times what happens is when you are trying to achieve, it doesn't, and you don't get the result that you want, you keep trying to achieve, whether it be that thing or something else, or like you said, you keep trying to get this result. I did this, this, and this. All right, hold on, maybe I didn't do this right. Let me do this, this, and this. Hold on, let me do it one more time. Or it's just like, and I think we talked about this, but at some point you just start to feel like you're not good enough. But you keep trying to reach for it, and it might be that you haven't changed what needed to be changed to achieve it, or like how you said, I'm supposed to be doing that over there. You haven't done that, and now you're just overloading with yourself with more of the responsibilities or more of the things that other people are telling you this should look like, or you should do, or you should feel, or where you should go, and blah blah blah. And it feels like overload. I think that is something that I have experienced, because that was the question, right? Okay. So I think it's something that I definitely have experienced, and I think for most of my life I was operating in that, because I was very much so trying to please my parents, and I'm like, okay, I did this, this, and this. I even, I got the good job. I feel like we talked about this before, but like, what they say the good job is, I worked at the bank. That's what they, go ahead and get you a good job. I graduated from college. Like, I did the steps that y'all told me to do, and it's like, this is not how I imagined my life. Like, this isn't what I wanted to achieve. This isn't what I needed to learn to move forward. This isn't even paying me enough to afford me to do the thing that I wanted to do. Like, so it's like, okay, well, let me one up this, or let me try to achieve this in a different way, or let me and it's exhausting.
So, and just to be clear, so you guys haven't felt burnout from doing the thing that you guys enjoy doing for long stretches of time. It's always been doing things that other people wanted you to do.
As far as doing things that I love to do for long stretches of time, I feel like I haven't felt burnout from it. But then I also am like, I don't know that I've done it consistently enough. But it feeds me. So like, even if I'm tired, or if let's say I'm feeling burnt out, or I'm feeling tired from like being at work or something like that. If I come home and I might be sleepy, but I'll use the other night as an example. I was so tired, and I didn't want to do anything but just turn on this white people show and just watch it. And I was like, no, I said on my schedule that I'm going to rewrite this song. And a part of me was like, you know what? I'll just start it and I'll see where it takes me. And I was like, if anything, I could stop after 30 minutes. I was rewriting that song for like, it didn't take me that long to fully rewrite it, but at least like an hour, maybe two, because I was still singing it after I finished rewriting. Like, I never turned back on the show. I was just going back over the song. And I felt a lot better. Like, I didn't feel burnt out. It didn't cause me to feel more exhaustion or anything like that. It gave me what I needed for the day. So I don't think I'd be feeling burnout from doing the things that I love. I think that a lot of the burnout either comes from uh expectations that I put on myself, and a lot of my burnout throughout my life has been due to people pleasing. What about you guys?
Well, yeah, I was saying.
What was the question?
Yeah, have you ever felt burnout after doing the things that you love? Because I know you said, or is it just more so doing things that other people want you to do? So do you get burnt out from doing the things that you want to do, or is it only from the things that other people want you to do?
Yeah, I don't think I get burnt out from the stuff that I want to do because I be having fun. Like if I'm having fun, I don't be getting burnt out. If I'm doing stuff for other people, that's when I get burnt out from doing the stuff that if I'm doing something that I like to do for somebody else, I get burnt out. That's not fun to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's work.
Doing the thing that you like to do for somebody else.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I understand that. I was also just gonna say that I have felt burnout, like I guess residual burnout. So maybe I didn't feel like exhausted in the moment, but like after doing my workout, my workshop, how to stop helping people workshop, I felt burnt out, but that was because I was doing everything by myself. Like I didn't have a team to help me put everything together. So I was doing all parts of it. And I enjoyed doing the workshop, but I guess from all the other parts that weren't the presentation, I got burnt out.
Yeah, I was thinking for me, I don't usually get burnt out from doing things that I want to do, but I definitely can understand, especially when I was doing some more of the content heavy, like the technical parts of it, the mechanical parts of it, where it's like this isn't the most enjoyable part. That part can definitely burn me out. But in general, when I'm working on the things that I like to do, I don't get burnt out. But even like when you were talking about the other day, the thought of me doing 20 minutes of studying some of this stuff that I'm studying takes away more energy than me sitting there doing something that I want to do for. To I ended up working on a song for like 2-3 hours, and I'm like, what the heck? I had no energy. I was about to fall asleep. As soon as I put this thing on, I've been working and I have all the energy in the world. And that's why I was just kind of trying to see if you guys had that similar experience.
I think that a lot of people in the world, or even just in the country, I don't know what y'all doing in the whole world, but a lot of people are burnt out from not doing more of the things that they actually love to do, or actually like fills them up and gives them joy. I think that that's where a lot of people's stress comes from, a lot of people's burnout, anxiety, depression, all of the things. A lot of it stems from you're not doing the things that you enjoy or you love to do. And that may be because you feel like you have other responsibilities, which I mean you probably do. But just not making time for you in some way, shape, or form. And I noticed for myself these past few days, I was like, oh, I did it again. Like I stopped making time for myself. And now I'm feeling extremely exhausted. So I need to, number one, change my work environment so that it's not causing extra burnout, but find times to make time for myself. Like after this podcast, I'm going to steam my face and do a charcoal mask and do my hair and chill out. I'm going to study a little bit too, because I had said I wanted to do that. But I'm going to make some time for myself because I realized that I have not been doing that. And I don't like that.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So what? Oh, go ahead.
You can go. You can finish.
Sure?
Yeah.
I was about to ask a question.
You good? I got another question that's coming, but you can go.
Oh, I was just going to say, I know you were saying before that you notice your burnout when you start to get angry. I was going to just ask, what does burnout look like? What are the main symptoms or effects that you feel when you notice, oh snap, I'm actually burnt out?
I be tired. I don't be wanting to do nothing. Stuff feel like work, which is make me not want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Physically, I might start breaking out in hives. That happened before, and I ain't going back. So So, so what you were saying about doing stuff for yourself, me working out be like my time to myself.
Mhm.
It'd be nice. I love it there.
Mm.
One of the gym bros.
Yeah, I'm the same way. The workout, the world could be on fire, but if I just did a workout, I'm like, all right, it's not that hot. You know
Oh,
what I'm
wow.
saying? Like it's not. It could be. It's hot, but it ain't hell. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of what burnout feels like a lot of the same thing. It'll be tiredness. It'll be feeling like a lack of control. It'll be feeling like stress. And I think a lot of the times I notice it once the anger, like the anger is usually the first trigger. And I know now I'm a lot more aware of that the anger is the trigger, because before I wasn't really getting burnt out because I would just take a nap. Right? I would be like, all right, I'm just going to work. And it's like, if I'm working on this, it's like, all right, if I'm kind of done, I don't want to do it anymore, and I would just stop. But over the years, developing the habit of continuing to go past the limit that my body is like, yo, we want to stop here. But you're like, nah, you can't stop right here, because this, you got X, Y, and Z to do, and this there's this person's expectation, and there's this pressure that's not even real. Anyway, all of this stuff, I've developed the habit of like progressing forward and ignoring what my body's telling me. And it's like, nah, just if you just listen, the signs be there. Like the signs are in neon and bold and everything. They got the flashing lights and everything.
Neon.
Yeah. But we just keep driving past. It's like, hey, this is caution. Like you see all of the cones, you see all of the signs, and we just keep going. And it's like, nah, the signs are telling you, hey, before you get to this level where you're not gonna want to do this anymore, just stop or slow down or make an adjustment. You know, that's what I'm noticing, at least in myself.
I was also gonna say that that reminded me of just like the pace that I'll be moving at. When I'm burnt out, I feel like I have to do more, so I'll be trying to get nowhere fast. Like I'll be running off fumes, and I'll just be trying to go, and I don't have nothing left. But I know I'm burnt out, and I know I didn't get the result that I wanted, so I can't stop until
you get that
I
result.
there. And it's like right now the image in my mind is I'm in a desert trying to get some water, but I have nothing left, so I'm like crawling.
Trying to get to the water.
And now you're using up more energy and stuff to get more water, which is funny, not funny, but it's wild, because it's almost like you're burnt out and you're aware that you're burnt out, so you're trying to overcompensate for the fact that you're burnt out. Like, nah, I know I'm burnt out, but I gotta do more work to negate the burnt out. Because if I'm doing the work, then I won't be burnt out no more. And it's like I don't know if that's how that works.
I think that well, that's definitely not how it works. I'll answer that part first, but I think that there's definitely some truth to that. And I was just thinking, like, why do we even do that? Like, why not, okay, we didn't get the result. Why aren't we stopping, taking a moment to reflect, maybe resting up for the next try? Like, even if we do try it again or go back into whatever we were doing, like, why aren't we taking a moment to, like, just pause for a second? We just be rushing back in to do the exact same steps and not thinking none of it through, but like, I gotta go, I gotta do it. And it's like, all right, even in the desert example, you're crawling to this water. All right, take a moment to stop, because also, where are you crawling to?
The water.
Where is it?
That way.
Are you sure? Because you're in a desert.
Yeah.
If I stop, I'm not gonna find out.
But your weight might sink into the sand, and there may be an oasis.
I was also gonna say too, one is there's technically two biases that we naturally have. I've been learning about biases. It's kind of been cool. But we have an action bias, right? So naturally, because of hustle culture and just how we are in Western society, we want to do something. Like, we have to be doing something. If we're not moving, that means we're not progressing. And if we're not progressing, that means we're dying. And it's like, that's how we look at it. But sometimes you can just you stopping for a second to assess what's going on would get you farther than just continuing to go. And we have it's another bias, I can't remember what it's called, but we actually prefer a wrong map than no map. Like we'd rather, and it's a wild image. In the book that I was reading, it was The Art of Thinking Clearly, but it was pretty much saying like, it's like you getting dropped off in Italy, but you have a map of New York. And you're like, all right, I just got to go down the street. And somebody like, yo, your map is wrong. You're like, nah, but I'm just got to go down the street. It's like, but that's not you're not even in the right country, my boy. Like, what do you, but we'll continue to do it.
Because water's that way.
Because it's like, you mean to tell me I have to have no idea what I'm doing? Like, I have to have none whatsoever and figure it out just by looking around? It's like, nah, that's terrifying. I'd much rather have this incorrect map that's not going to lead me anywhere. Because at the very least, I can feel like I'm making progress even when I'm not. So I think that's what usually happens. Because like the feeling of like not moving feels like you're not doing anything, and that's not always the case.
Honestly, that is a fact, and I felt that a lot in the past. And I had to realize that just because you're pausing for a second doesn't mean that you're not doing anything. Like, just take a moment to even look at all of the stuff that you just did. It's okay to just take a second. Like, you don't gotta quit, but you could pause before you jump into the next thing or you try this again, because you might actually look at what you did and realize, oh, I understand why this didn't work out.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We be so busy pausing everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a second to pause on life.
Oh, you was done? That was the end of your joke?
It wasn't a joke.
That man was serious. Hey, yo. That man was kicking knowledge. He was trying to give you the wisdom.
It was good.
Oh, that was the end of the joke?
He was about to laugh, so I thought it was, you sound like you was joking. Okay.
Was that the punchline?
I wasn't about to laugh. I wasn't laughing.
Oh.
That man was serious.
That was good stuff. I didn't want to interrupt.
Man, it's a joke.
Oh, man.
I apologize.
Good.
That was good stuff, though.
Oh, man.
Let's move on.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I definitely, I've definitely experienced, and I think they might have talked about it in The Way of the Superior Man, but just that you have to be okay with times when you don't know exactly what's going on. This bird is singing in the background.
That's a squirrel.
That's a squirrel.
That's what they be sounding like. I was looking at the squirrel the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's he calling out to his friends.
Wow. The more you know, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, like I was saying,
Trying to find a little squirrely.
Yeah. Like, you have to have times where you're okay with just kind of like pausing so that you can assess what's gonna happen next or what's going on, because you can be so head down, tunnel vision, trying to get to a specific space, and it's like if you pick your head up for a second and you can see, hey, you're not digging a hole out. You're digging into your backyard right now. You're trying to find gold, and you're just going deeper into your backyard. Like, this isn't. You need to move somewhere else and do something else.
And I'll even say to that point, and this might actually wind up being another pod for another day, but a lot of times we be so busy having our head down trying to get stuff done that we miss out on a lot of life. And I know that I've done that for different periods of my life, and I just don't want to do that anymore. And I think that also, it might have accelerated my my burnout at certain times, because now I've isolated myself. I'm still not achieving this goal that I'm trying to achieve, so I'm doing it over and over again, but I'm also not connecting. I'm not connecting with the people that I care about. I'm not seeing the good things that are going on because I'm so focused on the fact that I haven't reached this goal yet. And that's just not a way to live life, and just in general for anybody. But I think that in a lot of ways, even going back to like hustle culture and stuff, like that's the stuff that's encouraged. But it ain't cool.
Yeah, and I've been learning that more and more every day. It's funny because the example that I was thinking of when you were saying that was the Buzz Lightyear movie, the one that we just watched. And spoiler alert, but like Buzz, the entire movie, he's going on this mission, and it's like the people around him, their entire life is
they living their life.
They're living their life, and every time he goes on out to accomplish the mission. Everybody else gets older. He stays the same age, and before he realizes it, everybody that he knew was gone, and he's still trying to achieve the mission. And I'm just like, dang, that's super sad. I'm like, you can miss your entire life because you're focused on the mission, and it's like the mission is supposed to be a part of your life. You're not supposed to just forget your life and just only do the mission. And so when you was talking about that, that's all I was thinking. I was like, oh, I'm not trying to look like Buzz Lightyear out here and just completely miss my life because I'm trying to save the damsel, save the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, save the damsel, but you got to live your life as well.
Yeah, and it's okay to take a moment to like pause, like because he could have, started a family, and then maybe even some of the younger astronauts, he could have been in charge of them and sent them out on the mission, and then the mission continues because somebody's still in charge of it. But yeah, we get caught up in just focusing on the mission. We miss a lot of the things in life, and I just don't want to live my life like that anymore. And I'm happier slowing down. I'm way happier slowing down. It is a lot more peaceful. We've been doing this patience meditation. Might have to send that to you. I don't know if you need to work on patience. You be seeming pretty patient. But I was not. So we've been doing this patience meditation, and it's kind of been helping me just understand where in my life I've been rushing. And it's not even like he's saying that type of stuff in the meditation. My brain is just like, okay, you're being impatient here. You don't need to be impatient. Just relax. And I like it. It's difficult sometimes, but I'm just like, I do need to be more patient. I need to be patient with myself. I need to be patient with the people around me. I need to be patient with my life, because even if things don't look exactly how I expected them to look at this age, it's like, that doesn't mean things aren't going to work. That doesn't mean I've been rushing through a lot of things. So I didn't get a chance to see if they would actually work because I didn't give it the proper time that it needed. So, yeah. Burnout. Y'all got any final thoughts on burnout?
Live your life slow. Show up in real life for the people that you actually care for. Show up for yourself first. Yeah, just live your life slow. You don't have to rush anywhere. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. Just enjoy life. Yeah, that's all I got for right now.
Word. What about you?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And yeah, I would say listen to yourself. Like, listen to your body. Listen to what it's telling you, the signs. Like, just don't ignore it. You can pause. You can stop. Just listen, and your body will usually tell you way far in advance before you get to the burnout stage. You just gotta listen.
Yeah. My final thoughts are that, number one, after you do listen to your body and stuff, and you start to notice the signs, find ways to make changes, to change the habits. If your habit is to snack, maybe you snack on apples, something healthier, or maybe it's that you take a nap or rest more or whatever. But figure out what your signs are, what stages you're at, and do what you can to change your habit of burnout. Thank y'all for joining us for another episode of the Grae Area Podcast.
Grae.
Yes.
I'm Shagoyede.
Badman Breezington here.
It's your boy Damani.
And thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Ding. Also, check out the links in our description. We have music, we have art, we have a Patreon. So join those things. And also, just enjoy your life. If you're feeling burnt out, you are not alone. That's for sure. So if you are, comment below in the description. If we do have another workshop or anything like that, I'm going to let y'all know. But in the meantime, we'll see you guys next week. If you like this episode, you're going to like the one that's linked up on the screen. Whoa. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Adios.
Stay blessed. Stay black, people.
You say what?
and know yourself, know your worth. Jukebox, hit me with another jam. Get on my face.